What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my psoriasis journey. Well, today I want to talk to you about, first of all, why I haven't posted in quite a while. Second of all, I want to share with you a few findings that I believe might help you as well, especially because we're rolling around summertime. And first of all, I'm sure you're noticing how clear my face is. Now, I'll tell you exactly what I did, but before I do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video because I'm about to drop some information on you that I wish people told me back when I was struggling and figuring out things. And by the way, I'm still struggling, don't get me wrong. Psoriasis is an ongoing journey, and it's not something that if I tell you in this video or the past videos, then it's going to be cured. And for those of you that are commenting and asking things that I'm trying and doing, obviously I can try to make a video and address every single request you guys are making, but that means I'm going to be making videos forever, every single minute of my life. And this psoriasis is just a journey. It's just part of our days. It's part of the things that you have to continuously research and adapt to. And let's get right to it, what I did and what helped me. And at the end, I'm also going to share with you a little story about one of my friends that just got diagnosed with psoriasis as well. So, I pretty much, as you probably already guys know about me from watching the channel for a while, I've been having psoriasis for a while. And lately, I would say about 2 months ago, that's where my psoriasis got really bad again after it healed fully. And I was so confused as to why, but at the same time, I had an idea why. And one of the main things was because winter came around. It got really cold and dry in Vancouver, Canada. The other thing is I was extra stressed. My business was going, my life was moving around, I was buying a place, so there was a lot of things were happening at the time. And what happened is my psoriasis was like, okay, well, I'm gonna mess with you back. That's pretty much what psoriasis did to me. And my face went red, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what was causing it. And then I finally figured it out. So after doing all those Viome tests and doing little food diet tries and illuminating things, I realized that just because some specific report says that spinach is good for you, or maybe broccoli is good for you, does not mean that my body thinks the same way. And what I realized that eating spinach or broccoli, one or the other, makes my face go red. So what's the easy solution? Well, I'm not gonna eat those things anymore, and I don't care what benefits I'm missing out of. On the other hand, the other thing I've been trying a lot is to take a lot of vitamin D, vitamin D3 for that matter, because we need the sun UV lights, but we don't get them as much here in Canada, and vitamin D is the best way of substituting that, or at least some sort of it. And again, everything I'm mentioning as far as vitamins and food, please keep in mind I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert as far as that diet goes, I'm not a dietitian, so make sure if you do follow any of my advice, you do seek out medical advice or professional advice in that matter, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you from my general experience what worked for me. The other vitamin I'm taking is K2, and I'm also taking magnesium. So the three of those together, kind of like a group. And then I'm also adding the apple cider vinegar in a pill form rather than drinking it because it's absolutely gross, as you probably know. And also I have fiber powder that I'm adding into water, mixing it up, and I'm drinking that while having the vitamins. That way, every morning I don't forget. I do it right before my first meal. And it's great. I mean, that's something that I believe somehow helped with the internal stuff. On the external, I've been using my UV light every single day religiously. At the moment, I'm about 2 to 3 minutes somewhere there, and I pretty much shine that spot for 2 minutes straight in one area. Now, keep in mind, I haven't started it right away. I started from 10 seconds, went up to 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and kept going essentially as much as I could until I noticed any type of burning effects. And the main burning effects I would feel really is if I do it on the elbow here, which you can see a little bit of psoriasis right now, that's not like the skin here is really thick, so it's not a big deal. But if you do one right here, where you have a little bit of a softer skin, which you pretty much barely see, like this, a little bit of psoriasis left, but there was a big patch here, that whole thing disappeared because I was shining UV light to it. And as soon as I noticed that there was a little bit of burn, I was like, okay, maybe I should slow down on putting that much light there. And you would do it slowly, bit by bit. And yes, I would spend about 20-30 minutes, which sucks, but I figured it's way better than driving to a booth, standing there for about 5 minutes, waiting in line for 10 minutes. So I figured, you know what, let me do it this way. At least if I continuously every day do it for 20-30 minutes all together, get it out of the way, bang it out, then realistically, to take care of my psoriasis for 30 to maybe an hour a day at most, I'll take that and I'll deal with it, and it seems to be working. Now, the last thing I'll say that definitely helped, aside from drinking water continuously, is being out on the water. As soon as the sun hits, I'm out of here. I'm out on the water. I am zooming around the ocean water and the lake water. And I believe that with the sun and the splashes of the salt water into my skin in general, everything seemed to really improve and my skin became so soft. And I was like, you know what? Well, we all know this. It all makes sense, but we just don't do it, right? So I would recommend to you, if you are able to get to an ocean nearby or a lake nearby and there's sun out, take some of that water in your hand, put it on your face, put it on your hairlines, wherever you have psoriasis, even on your legs, your arms. If you can, go for a full-on swim. It's really cold here, so I wouldn't do that. But if you can do those things, then you should see a result just from that alone. Because also it is distressful if you think about it. If you're standing there and kind of putting water on yourself, enjoying the sun, you're probably not as stressed thinking about life. Now, the reason that helped me is because I've also really focused on how can I make my time not be so focused on my business all the time and on other things that I have to do all the time, errands. So, well, personally for myself, I hired a personal assistant, and that was probably the best decision I've ever made. 50% of my time has opened up, and I can actually breathe and do things that I want to do more often and do other aspects of my business that I want to work on without stressing that I have to answer emails or calls or whatnot. And now it allows me to actually do things without feeling like, oh my god, I'm running behind, the day's almost over, I gotta catch up to this and never get to it and then be stressed about it. So it really does help. Now, I promised at the beginning of the video that I wanted to talk to you about a friend that had been diagnosed with psoriasis. And essentially the way it went is we're on the boat one day and he pretty much mentions to me, hey, like, bad news, I got diagnosed with psoriasis. And I was like, well, where is it? I don't see it. And technically, yes, you can get diagnosed even if you have a few little dots, maybe on your hand, on your head somewhere, and it sucks. But unlike a lot of us here on the channel that have a lot worse, like I have a lot worse than most people, and people have a lot worse than me. Like this is nothing for a lot of people, right? But some people have psoriasis, they have maybe one little dot somewhere, and for them that's a lot. And when they go get it checked, they get diagnosed with psoriasis, that sucks because now your whole life is upside down knowing you have something that's wrong with you. And the best piece of advice I gave him right away is the sooner you get it out of your head that this is going to consume your life, the sooner you understand that this is here with you for the rest of your life no matter what you do, the better it will be. Because as soon as you go into the rabbit hole of thinking that's it, my skin sucks, I'm not going to be able to go on dates anymore, I'm going to have to deal with this, I can't eat certain things, oh my god, this is so terrible. The moment you get into that rabbit hole and you start researching stuff that will prove you even more and more so how miserable this condition is, the more you're going to get depressed. And the only thing that's going to happen from there is psoriasis is going to get worse. So what I will say is, it's either you take control of that and, go out, enjoy your life, have some sun on your skin, have the vitamins you need, eat even whatever you want once in a while. I would say 90-10, like the same rule. 90% of the time I'm pretty good, 10% I eat whatever I want. And look at the videos before. Look at the videos before that, right? Like my skin seems to have improved, and I promise you, I've been eating red meat, I've been having some chips here and there, I've had some chocolate here and there, and look, it's fine. Like it doesn't mean that you have to be super like, oh my god, if I eat this, I'm gonna have psoriasis, because that mental note is what's gonna bring psoriasis. Having the food on top of that is gonna be a bonus to bring psoriasis too, of course. So you gotta keep everything in moderation, right? Don't overstress things. And I hope this video does help you, because legit, this is what I've been doing for the last couple months now. As soon as the sun got out here in Canada, not anymore, it's a daily occurrence that it changes to rain, but as soon as the sun comes out, I try to be out there, not because only I enjoy being on the water and ripping around a jet ski, of course, who doesn't, but like because I enjoy the actual like feeling of this is going to help me, and plus it's one way for me not to think about my stress in my life, so it's a win-win, so I'm going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little piece of advice. Hopefully it helped. Leave a comment below is what you're working on, what you're struggling with, and anything you want me to cover for next video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.